This is Ben's extended interview. Say hi, Ben.
Hello, camera.
Ben,
Yes.
what was your biggest regret of the way you played this season?
Talking to Nolan during the last tribal council. Because I'm presumptuous, I know. The only reason Jacob used the idol is because I talked to Nolan saying, hey, we're planning to vote Emma out. And him just getting weird feelings, might have talked back because there's a whole gang junk. It's annoying.
I understand. What do you think your biggest success was of the season?
I mean, Elijah. I mean, I convinced, at least I believe, I convinced most of the team. And those I didn't convince, I did not tell. So, I feel like I played that off fine.
Who do you think will win?
Very good question. My brain keeps thinking of several different scenarios on how this goes down. But in no world do I see Jacob, Nolan, or Elliot winning.
Oh, you're using the whiteboard?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So in the circle of the smaller 3 tribe band things, I made connections with, and I can definitely spell, Emma and Manya. I did spell that wrong, didn't I? I don't care.
Manya? I think you spelled it right, but I also have dyslexia, so you can't trust me.
That's great. Anyways, I made connections with them. Very important, because I also know a lot of people Manya's gonna go with, which would be like Max, Eli, Caleb. You know, Emma also knows and is a part of Elk. I probably spelled Michael wrong because my brain can't tell the difference between Michael and Michelle.
Real, me too.
Anyways, we basically had a 3-way alliance for a lot of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in the very last event, when I was like certain, like, oh yeah, I'm getting voted out, so hey, do all you can to get this douchebag out. I tried to get these two in as much contact as possible. Manya, I definitely feel like is the smarter one of the two, so she would be oppressing Emma, not oppressing Emma, but using Emma. But Emma has connections to Yavelk and Michael, so you got group, and you got group. Then you got the others. Jacob, Elliot, and Nolan. That's all the people left in it, right? That sounds right. These 3, I'm fairly certain, were part of whatever the bathroom gang thing was. And I made it, and I'm certain everyone is pissed off at this guy. Because I've made friendships with everyone. If he isn't voted out next, I will be surprised. I will be upset. He better not have another immunity idol. Hosts. Yeah, anyway. So, I know the general strategy that these 3 would be going for. It would be eliminating all Erolian and DSAS. I'm hoping with trying to get these 2 together, Manya will actually be smart enough to say, hey, we have the majority. Vote out the smaller guys. Hey, look, we still have the majority. Vote out the smaller guys. So all of them, gone. Theoretically, all of them should go away. Losing rounds and whatnot. Then it's these guys. I know Caleb specifically said something about then picking favorites. I might be misquoting him. Sorry. Eli, I know, definitely has plans to betray most of them. Manya also plans to betray all of them. Max does seem like he's playing more political than anything, but like, that's him. And
That is Max.
I don't feel like he's in control at the moment. He might think he's in control because he's talking to people, but I don't think he's in control. Aiden, I think, is going to be the first one that's knocked out. Either he's first knocked out, or specifically, one or the other, one of these three uses him because they know he's not too good at the games, and uses him as a puppet to get into the top three, which would be smarter. So there's either that way, and one of these three is already knocked out. Caleb might make it there just because there are so many different ways this can happen. My brain just keeps thinking of them. So Caleb said he specifically only wanted to get into like the top 3 or 2. He might be able to convince one of them to also bring him along. So potentially there could be a group of these two and whoever else. I'm believing, though, one of these three should actually be smart enough. They should know how to convince each other to do stuff and how to lie and manipulate. If they don't, I'm disappointed in all of them.
Can you say that again?
I would be disappointed in all of them if they didn't know how to lie, steal, cheat, manipulate, and win. Obviously. So to be more specific on who I think will win, my brain is in a toss-up right now between Manya and Eli. Because I just got a feeling it's gonna be them.
And who do you want to win?
I want to say Eli. I want to win, personally. Because I know from the very beginning I was trying to make an alliance with her, and for some reason they put me on the team with Jacob after we voted out Elijah secretly, which was super annoying for me, because he was the one that was looking at me the most, even though I didn't do anything. Obviously, that never happened. He's wrong. I tried to convince him that Elliot did it, or that Elliot could have done it. So hopefully, they just kill each other. But either way, I think one of these two are gonna get a smaller group together and win.
Who do you think was your best ally, and who do you think was your worst ally?
That's a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, I'd like to say best ally would have been Eli. However, I was on the same team with her for all of like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We just won all the matches, and then they were like, okay, mix up. Not in the same team again. Otherwise, for best ally would probably have been Manya, just because she has been there consistently and helping, and I know she definitely had plans to betray me the entire time, but she was at least helping up until that point. You said worst ally?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was anyone that I considered to be an ally that I felt like was very bad, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Who do you think your biggest enemy was then?
Jacob, obviously.
Jacob, obviously.
Because, like, he, for some reason, super suspicious of me, even though I feel like I did that just fine. I had nothing to do with Elijah. And the previous few minutes of this does not prove otherwise. Clearly. Technically, I can probably say Jacob was my worst ally, surely because we were in a DSAS group.
Right. DSAS.
DSAS.
Do you hope to become a Survivor meme? Why or why not?
My personal feelings is I do not care what people say about me. they can do what they want. So if they want to make a meme with me, go ahead, do it. I'm not a psychopath.
You heard it here first, folks. Ben is a psychopath.
Not.
Where do you think you ended up on the draft?
I'd presume 4 or 5, just because I know I heard a few people said I was their ranked 1. That's why I'm presuming that. I doubt everyone, and I doubt I was ranked 1 overall. If I was, thank you. Thank all of you. But you were wrong. Blame Jacob. I'm not salty.
I understand. Do you have any final things you'd like to say to your fellow castaways? Anything, closing remarks, anything like that?
So do the castaways get to see all of this at some point?
They will eventually.
Ah, that's very interesting. So, Jacob, if you're still in the game, congrats. If you're not in the game, I'm glad you got voted out. Everyone else, have fun. If you were in the top 5 that I suggested over there that would win, cool. I'm glad you made it that far, and I'm glad my prediction was somewhat right. If it doesn't look like that, I don't know what you guys are doing wrong. Manya, step up your game. 'Cause the only way I can see that going wrong is if Manya fails so hard that the rest of the 6 group up, but that shouldn't statistically happen. They should statistically all go after Jacob. So if you're still playing Jacob, congrats. I hope you get second. I hope you fail at the last chance. It'd be very funny.